Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to bully the bullies.
Rabbit's teeth.
Ever since Yemisi was 5, she never opened her mouth to speak, not even once. Not at home and definitely not outside. If you ask anyone who knew her, they'll be like, oh, that girl, wasn't she born mute? She's definitely mute. But no one knew that behind the closed lips, there is rabbit teeth. Her mother was concerned. My daughter was not born mute, but she just suddenly stopped talking. No matter how she tried to coax her into talking, she just chose silence, never to show her flaws to anyone. So her mother thought that if she had a playmate, maybe she will learn to come out of her shell and accept herself the way she is. So she brought Rolake and niece home. But she was wrong. Rolake was no comfort to Yemisi. She was Yemisi's ultimate nightmare. At first, Rolake liked Yemisi. She tried everything to make her talk. But Yemisi remained unresponsive and this started getting on Rolake's nerves. She saw Yemisi as a spoilt little girl. One afternoon, when Rolake finally got Yemisi to play a game, Yemisi won. And Rolake is a very competitive child. This didn't sit well with her. She hated losing. So, out of anger, she took a stone and threw it at Yemisi's back when she was leaving. This infuriated Yemisi. She turned to her in anger, but Rolake just merely scoffed. What? You can't even take a small poke at you? It's only an overpampered girl like you that won't be able to take a small stone. Look at you. You are mute and your mother is hunchback. See family of disabilities. This insult was just too much for Yemisi to bear, so she lunged at Rolake and beat her hand nastily. Rolake screamed at the pain, but what even scared her most was seeing Yemisi's teeth for the first time. She shouted, "Rabbit teeth! Rabbit teeth! Rabbit teeth!" Then she fled away in fear while clutching her hand in pain. Years went by and Rolake became very popular among her friends. She had many admirers and most of the villagers liked her. Yemisi, on the other hand, continued to live quietly, running a small but very successful shop. But Rolake, on the other hand, was still angry about the old nasty scar Yemisi gave her. She just can't stand her living a quiet but successful life after scarring her for life, so she decided it was time for revenge. Rolake started by spreading rumors about Yemisi's teeth. Do you know she's now mute? You'll be surprised. If she opens her mouth, her rabbit teeth will be sticking out like this. People were like, it's a lie. It's a lie. That girl, she doesn't look like someone who has rabbit teeth. She was just born mute. Her friends didn't believe her, so she made a bet with them that if I made Yemisi show her teeth, you guys will help me take revenge on her. Well, her friends thought about it and was like, there is nothing wrong in having fun. If you indeed prove that she has rabbit teeth, of course we will help you with your revenge. And so, Rolake began her campaign. Her first move was to trip Yemisi while she was walking, but Yemisi stayed silent and unfazed. Rolake even hired a group of people to rob Yemisi's shop, hoping that would provoke her into a reaction. But Yemisi merely handled the situation calmly. Rolake's next tactic was even more personal. She seduced Yemisi's childhood crush. Well, no one can see that love, being seduced and taken by another woman and still keep quiet and be calm about it. But Yemisi remained unresponsive, which frustrated Rolake even more. So she returned to her old tactic of insulting Yemisi's mother, calling her a hunchback woman. Again, Yemisi showed no sign of anger or willingness to speak. Yemisi just seemed like she has no time for nonsense and zero desire to let her get the best of her, and this infuriated Rolake to the very core. She was boiling with anger. Her anger even got worse when her friends also began to mock her. You are just being jealous of Yemisi's success and you are bullying her for no reason. This girl has done nothing to you and she doesn't seem to have the rabbit teeth you claim she has. But Rolake still stood by her claim and was determined to show her friends that she was right. she had one final trick to reveal. And this trick was elaborate and carefully planned. She plotted the plan with a market woman and then convinced Yemisi's mother to accompany her to the market. Mommy, let's go to the market, let's go shopping. It's been a while. We've not really gone out together for a very long time. So Yemisi's mother agreed. In the market, Rolake planted a bunch of cash in Yemisi's mother's bag. She then alerted the market woman she already bribed, who in turn accused Yemisi's mother of stealing her money. Ole, 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 ole! And there is a thing with market people. They don't hear the word thief twice before they come together to deal with the thief. Before Yemisi's mother could realize what was happening, many people already gathered around her, accusing her of stealing. Ah, I didn't steal any money. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I only came to the market to buy something. I didn't steal. But people didn't listen to her. They forcibly snatched her bag. They emptied its contents and voila, they discovered the money Rolake had planted, and the crowd started beating Yemisi's mother mercilessly. When Rolake saw that her plan was working, she immediately ran to Yemisi's shop to inform her that her mother was being beaten in the market. Upon hearing this, Yemisi rushed there. She tried to pull everyone away from her mother. At first, she made low urgent hums. Mm, mm, mm. But when she saw that her pleas went unheard, she had no choice but to resort to shouting, "Stop! Stop! Please stop beating my mother! She has done nothing wrong! She didn't steal! Stop!" Luckily for her, they stopped, but the sight of her teeth drew laughter from everyone. People started mocking her and making fun of her. Some even brought out their phones to take pictures. Elenye horo, rabbit's teeth! Someone shouted. What kind of teeth is this? Abeg, don't bite me oh! Another shouted. They even named her Rabbit's daughter of a hunchback thief. Yemisi was humiliated and took her mother home, both of them beaten and deeply ashamed. If you think that was the end of Rolake's anger, no, you're wrong. She was still not satisfied. The next day, when Yemisi went to fetch herbs for her mother's injury, Rolake and her 3 male friends blocked her way and mocked her openly. They brought a piece of wood and demanded she carve it with her teeth. Rabbits love eating woods, and we presume you are hungry, so we brought you one. Why not show us how you will carve it with your teeth? Chop, 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 they said. Yemisi's face flushed with embarrassment and anger, but she managed to escape them that day. But another day was coming. The following morning, when Yemisi opened her shop, the first thing she opened her shop to was a woman who came to her shop shouting angrily, "You've eaten my yam, you rabbit, you thief!" Yemisi was surprised and shocked. She doesn't know where these accusations are coming from. Like, how could she eat her yam when she doesn't even know her? It's crazy. What she doesn't know was that Rolake and her friends had gone to the woman's shop and tampered with the yams, and then told the woman that Yemisi was the rabbit that snuck into her shop in the midnight and ate all her yams. The woman continued her allegations. "You've eaten 100 tubers of yams and won't leave here until I get my yam." 100 tubers of yams? Is she a glutton? How is that even possible? But you know, people are stupid. They still came around and believed her words, and they started mocking Yemisi. Yemisi felt overwhelmed by this constant ridicule. She shut her door and started crying uncontrollably. The embarrassment was just too much for her. The next morning, when Yemisi returned to her shop again, the woman was still there, continuing her accusations. The crowd gathered again, laughing and mocking Yemisi. "You too, how can you eat 100 tubers of yams? Are you that hungry? If you are hungry, go and carve the wall or go and carve a tree. Why are you eating everybody's yams?" Another said, "Why did you eat our yams now? Can't you tame your rabbit's teeth?" Another also said, "Maybe you should use stone to file it, or file it on the wall. You will eat all our yams at this rate." "No, don't file it on the wall. Those teeth can bring down a house." Another shouted. Yemisi couldn't take it anymore and she stormed back to the house. On her way, Rolake and her friends ambushed her again. They overpowered her, tied her to a tree. They forced her mouth open and pushed a piece of wood between her teeth. Carve the wood and show us your skills, human rabbits. And they all laughed. Ka 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 ka. Actually, I don't know what was funny. They must have inhaled laughing gas or probably ran mad. Who knows? Better still, rabbits. Carve the wood into a rabbit. Oh, can you guys hear the rhymes? Rolake added. They continued laughing, insulting her and made cruel jokes as they left her there. Yemisi struggled for hours before she could free herself from the ropes. When she returned home, she found her mother crying and learned that Rolake and her friends had been to her home to bully her mother again. Yemisi finally decided it was time for payback. She won't stand to be bullied by anyone. She needed to make an example out of Rolake and her friends. It's time to bully the bullies. So the next day, she went to Rolake and her male friends. You want me to carve? Sure, I will carve. I'm ready to carve as many rabbits as you want. Meet me in Agbegbe forest tonight, she said coldly. In the forest, as night fell, Rolake and her friends arrived. They were beyond thrilled to see how Yemisi was going to show her carving skills. They planned to make her carve all the trees in the forest. But, to their surprise, before they could get to the specific spots Yemisi told them, big nets erupted from the ground and caught them. They struggled and struggled and struggled for 2 good days, but the net was now bulging. They were trapped for 2 good days. Despite their efforts, they were trapped inside without food and water. Then, on the 3rd day, when they were too exhausted to struggle, Yemisi finally appeared before them, calm and collected. Please, Yemisi, let us go. Please, the friends begged. Oh, I will. But first, I want to carve something special. Yemisi replied. Why don't you guys guess what I will carve? They were confused. What do you want to carve, Yemisi? The trees? There are many trees. You can start carving if you want, but release us first. Oh, not the trees. The trees are innocent. Why will I carve them? I want to carve something more interesting. What is it you want to carve? See, we are not interested in seeing you carve anymore. We are very tired and exhausted. Please let us go. No, you said you want to see me carve, so you must see me carve. No, we don't want to see you carve anymore. No, you must see me carve. No, please don't carve. I must carve. No, don't carve. No, you have to see me carve. I must carve. This back and forth went on for a few minutes until Yemisi said, enough! You were very eager to see me carve, so you must see me carve today. And today, I must carve something special. Okay, Yemisi, what exactly do you want to carve? Then Yemisi smiled eerily, the kind of smile that brings chill down your spine. Her eyes slowly traveled from their faces down to their pelvis area. That's the area between the stomach and the thighs, by the way. Their eyes also followed their gaze down to where it stopped. Their faces quickly grew pale in slow motion. Suddenly, the very realization hit them, and the boys' faces twisted in horror. They all screamed, Please, Yemisi, carve anything but our manhood, please! Rolake also shrank inside the net in fear when she saw this and quickly tried to negotiate with Yemisi. Yemisi, let me go. You can do whatever you want with them. I don't care. And I promise I will not disturb you anymore. I will not tell anybody either, I swear. Besides, I'm a girl. I don't have what you can carve. Upon hearing that, Yemisi smiled widely for the very first time since she was born. She even laughed, ka 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 ka, which surprised everyone. They have never seen her laugh before. She laughed so much that her teeth, which she had kept hidden for years, was out for everyone to see. Then, she stopped laughing. She looked at Rolake with a serious look and said, Because you're a girl, you have many things carvable. Whether at home or outside, anywhere, do not allow yourself to be bullied, whether emotionally, physically, spiritually, in any way. Stand and fight for yourself. Reach out for help, but never back down. If you like this story, you might also like Abike, who stood her ground and refused to be bullied. Or if you want something totally new, check out the four brothers who made deal with the devil. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video and bye bye.